All right, we are back. What's up, TC? Thanks for sticking with me. Timmy, what's happening? Also, what's up, Dreamweaver? We are back. Let's see if we can make it work this way. I also switched out the SIM card too. So there's that Southwest. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. We got a look at this. We got a 4 right departure, and we got a 4 center arrival. Or wait, no. 4 left arrival. The arrival threw me off. Sorry, 4 left arrival, excuse me. Hey, Lisa! Lisa! In Oshkosh, what's going on? Yeah, I got confused there for a second. Excuse me, it's a 4 left arrival with a 4 center departure. So yeah, that's kind of unique. So there's the 757 waiting to take off. I know I got the live reactions on. Make sure to like and subscribe. So Lisa, should I come up to Oshkosh? I was thinking about it, but I don't know. It seems like chaos organized. Rail Stalker Adventures, what's up? Welcome in to Chicago Midway. Oh, Fond du Lac. Oh, they're flying all over your house. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I met a lot of people in Chicago O'Hare that were just plane spotting at O'Hare yesterday. So that was pretty cool. And they were on their way up to Oshkosh from St. Louis. Just Aviation, what's up? Welcome into Chicago Midway. Oshkosh starts tomorrow. Got it. Roger that. The plane crash? Yeah. All right, here we go, Aviation LAA, and ooh, I better start recording this. We got a charter going back to Kansas City. How about that? Just a mile west of Fond du Lac. Okay. We are back. Thanks everybody for liking and subscribing. All right, this is fun because I haven't seen, Joe, you'll remember this, but I haven't seen a 757 take off here since ATA was in business. I think it was like a plane crash in Youngstown, killed 3 people. Northwest used to bring him to Chicago Midway. Yeah, but ATA used to fly 757s out of here. That was fun. That was fun. Well, I'm doing my best, Fareed. Thank you for the report. Even 300s, dang. ATA, yeah. ATA was an airline. You're on Vacation is how I remember their theme song. They used to fly out of Chicago Midway and Newark and LaGuardia. Ah, okay, taking the back roads. That's good to know, Lisa. 737 MAX 8 departing here. Yep, we caught it. We caught the 757 Aviation LAA. Another 737 MAX. So I'm using my backup camera because this shoots in 720 resolution instead of a 1080. So that's why the signal's a little more stable. So we're just rocking it. I bet they are, Joe. Oh, nice, Lisa. I will. I will for sure. You know, the biggest thing was just the cost of the ticket, and then driving up there every day, Lisa. So I'm like, well. So I could pass out my business cards and I could say hi to people and have them encourage them to subscribe. But $135 for the week when I can only go one day is kind of like, well, it's kind of like 50-50. Looks like a FlexJet Challenger here. Dave, yeah, the Porter Dash 8. It was like our third or fourth plane. The Dash 8. It sure was from Porter Airlines. Absolutely, it flew to Billy Bishop. I might get a day pass. That's a good idea. Another 737 MAX here. Rock and roll, baby. And Dave, we're going to Milwaukee tomorrow. By the way, how's my sound? Do I need to turn up anything or the audio? Roger that, Lisa. Distant or hollow? All right, I think I know how to fix that. I can turn mine up a little bit better. I might just do that, Lisa. This is so nice. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here. I just wish I had more batteries for this camera, which I am actually ordering. So this will be a nice backup option. Lakesboro 7718, hey from Melbourne, great to see you. Welcome into Chicago Midway. Oh, okay, I'll turn myself down. I'll turn myself down. How about now? Is that better? I think that's probably better. Roger that. Thank you, Joe, for the reports. And by the way, that's not static that you hear in the background. That's actually the car wash facility below on the other microphone. The Nat Sound microphone. Okay. All right, we'll stick with it. We will stick with it. Challenger arriving. Roger that. Thank you, Rail Stalker. All right. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. Appreciate Tom Marchant's contribution. If you'd like to join the premium economy, you can do so for just 99 cents, or you can send a super chat or super like to support the channel to pay for costs like Wi-Fi, parking, travel costs, and this is my full-time job, so. Dreamweaver. But Dave, yeah, we're headed to Milwaukee tomorrow, hopefully. And again, I'm going to give you the same disclaimer I gave to everybody about Chicago O'Hare and Midway. We didn't have the best success last year, so I'm hoping that like tonight and yesterday at Midway, things will have improved at Milwaukee. Now they're going to be arriving on probably 7 right, I think, in Milwaukee. I looked at the forecast, so I could go to the parking garage, or they have a little spotting area, but it sits below the fence, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, Lisa, this is the place to fly out of Southwest other than General Mitchell. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here and live stream. This is big for me. This is big for me, just as like being a Chicago boy, and our O'Hare stream was okay, but this is great being here. Come on, Cannon. Go over to the city. There it is. There's the city of Chicago, the great city of Chicago. It's where I grew up. Well, no, excuse me. I grew up in the suburbs, but this is, my dad worked in downtown Chicago. Hey, Patrick, thanks for coming back. Apologize for the issues earlier. They seem to have gotten much better when I switched cameras. So there's downtown Chicago. Yeah, exactly, Joe. You always feel more alive, for sure. Absolutely. Southwest, are they in Green Bay, Joe? I don't think so. Yeah, exactly, Aviation LA. That's right. Awesome, Patrick. I also love the skyline. I love going downtown. I will do that, Dave, for sure. For sure. I think there's a spotting area. So if you remember, I don't know, Milwaukee, there's like a giant grass hill just to the north end of Milwaukee, of the airport, and the threshold of runway 1 left. And so I think there's a parking area and spotting area there too. Hey, Joseph, how's Terre Haute this evening? Great to see you. Welcome in. Good to be on our Midwest tour here at Chicago Midway. Mark, how's it going this evening? Great to see you. Welcome in, everybody, to Chicago Midway. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't be shy. Say hi. Thank you so much. Remember the TV show on A&E called Airline? They would always be at Chicago Midway. Little Shoe, what's happening? Great to see you. Welcome into Chicago Midway. Got a little break in the action, but it's a very busy Sunday evening here at Midway. I would love to do some Australia live streaming, but that will take a few $1,000s to fly there and stay there. Yeah, I loved Airline, Joe. Joseph, I think we're going to go to Milwaukee tomorrow, and then on Tuesday we're going to try again to do a stream at Chicago O'Hare because I'm taking my sister to O'Hare Airport. So we're going to try it again in the afternoon. I'm thinking around 3 o'clock till the evening. And then on Wednesday, I think we're going to either drive to Louisville or Grand Rapids. I can't decide which way to go. Roger that on the Allegiant inbound. So that's tomorrow's Milwaukee. We're going to try Milwaukee tomorrow. Yeah, for sure, Lisa. Yeah, so this is Chicago Midway. There are 3 concourses. There's an A, B, and a C for Chicago Midway. For those of you who know the old Chicago Midway, this is much better than what it used to be. It was like a third world country airport before they did renovations in like, I think it was 2000, 2001. Kevin Kelly will eventually end up in Louisville, most likely. I think that's going to be after Cincinnati. For Cincinnati, you just make like an hour and a half drive and you're in Louisville. So whenever I end up in Cincinnati or Louisville is when I'll go to the other city. So Allegiant Airbus inbound. I like what the cloud cover is doing, giving me a little shade here. There is still a Harry Carey's, Joseph. That is affirmative. Little baby bus A319. So we had a Velo earlier, and we also had Allegiant. And then Frontier also flies here in Porter. Nice, Joe. Yeah, they go to a few destinations from Chicago Midway, including Provo, Utah. That was the most recent addition, and of course, you know, you're working for Breeze. I was excited when they added Chicago Midway Allegiant. I thought that was cool. All right, got another Southwest departure. Thank you for being awesome, Dreamweaver. Well, now Pro's got a lot of activity. I mean, starting in October, they're going to get American Airlines now, too. The SkyWest CRJs from Dallas. So we'll see how that route goes. So that hangar that's right in front of us, by the way, I guess I should make reference into. Mark, they're using the runway 4 center. So those hangars are for Southwest Airlines, by the way. These hangars right in front of us. Maintenance hangars here at Southwest. Of course, Southwest Airlines, the dominant carrier, is here, Chicago Midway. Is it 4 right? Excuse me, 4 right. My apologies. Oh, nice, Patrick. Yep, Giordano's, that'll fill you up. That's like a meal and a meal. I can maybe get down one piece of Giordano's. Yeah, apologize for that incorrect statement. That is 4 right. There is no 4 center. Whoops. Hey, Cougar Tracks, how's it going? Good evening to you. Welcome into Chicago Midway Airport. I should say Chicago Midway International Airport, because they also have Volaris that flies into here. Quite a few destinations from Mexico for Volaris here. I think they go to like Guadalajara. They also go to, what is another one? I think they also go to Monterrey. They might even go to Oaxaca or León. And Dave, if you're still watching, I'm just going to name the episode tomorrow of Milwaukee, Dave from North Little Rock Live, because you've bugged me every day from Milwaukee, which is great, but I thought it would be appropriate just to name it, Welcome to Dave from North Little Rock Live. Yeah, it's a good spot, for sure, Dave. So this is pretty awesome being here this evening. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. I mean, this is one of the airports, like, every time I saw the stream time live on YouTube, I was like, I got to get back to my home and try and do Chicago Midway. So it's great to be here. And the only thing really limiting us is battery life. So. Yeah, sorry, Dave. We got private jet arrival next. Southwest 1596 from Denver on a 737-700. William, what's up? How's Yorkshire Airlines? Yorkshire Airlines? I will tell you, probably we're going to try and do a stream in the morning, Dave, and everyone else in Milwaukee. But I didn't want to guarantee anything until I got through traffic. So I picked something late in the afternoon just to be safe. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you very much for that report, Lisa. I appreciate that. So Fond du Lac Airport says the shuttle leaves every hour starting at 7 a.m. The last shuttle is 9:30. All right. Thank you very much, Lisa. Appreciate that. What's up, Robbie? How's it going? Sunday fun day. It is fun for me. I'm thrilled to be here at Chicago Midway. And we may hit it on the way back. So I'm going to be going to the Eastern time zone for a few days, and then we'll probably come back through Chicago. That it does. That it does. It most definitely does, too. It does that, too, Dave. Absolutely. Another 737 MAX 8. Oh man, 78. Dang. I know, I was looking at the forecast and I'm like, dang it, I picked the wrong week, and I know next week it's going to be like close to 100. But I just figured, well, I better get this out of the way. Oh, nice, Robbie. Cobble wobble. Greetings, William. Freed, doubtful on Cleveland. Doubt, I don't know. We'll see, but doubtful. Because last year I didn't go to Louisville. I went to Cleveland and Columbus instead. So this year I'd like to go to Louisville. Hi, Zoe. Oh, Zoe. Hey, great to see you. Hi, hi. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, there's no funny business at the airport, this airport. The runways are extremely short. Well, I don't remember the exact figure. I think they're like 6,600 feet long. So there's no funny business. They go to reverse thrust and then boom. I have heard of Cabo Wabo. Of course, Sammy Hagar. I know, Cougar Tracks. I'm sure it has been. Now, Cougar Tracks, where are you at? Are you in Idaho? I forgot. Or you're in Arizona? I know it's supposed to get back into the like 98, 99 in Dallas. So this has been refreshing for sure. Pepperoni. Oh, I like that chaotic bean. Hey, Kevin Moore. Oh my gosh, Kevin Moore. We have a Kevin Moore sighting. What's up, Kevin? How are you and Sandy? And hey there to Chaotic Bean. Define the odds, YouTube. I used to work for Midwest Express back in the day at this airport. Yeah, absolutely. Midwest Express, ATA was another one. Joe's right. Northwest used to fly here. Yeah. I remember Chicago Midway, what it used to look like, and it looks much better now. Ah, thank you, Dave. Northern Utah, Cougar Tracks, right on. Okay, 65.22 for 1331 and 64.46 for 422. Roger that. Thank you, Dave. Again, people call this the busiest square mile in the world. Very condensed. Kevin Moore, how about that? Man, I missed you, bud. Oh, nice. You went through Midway on the first of the month, Kevin. Perfect. I hope it treated you right. So we're going to give you another shot of downtown Chicago here, if I can get out of the way. Yeah, American Trans Air. Thank you, Fareed. Didn't care for it. My apologies. They're actually talking about renovating it again. So I'm trying to get it lower so I can zoom in. I'm basically doing a complete 180 and I have to stand out of the way, so. There we go. A little bit closer. Now it looks really good. Well, we got a minute. Josh Aldrich, good evening to you. Welcome into Chicago Midway. Good to see you, sir. From OKC. Kevin, I was in Salt Lake City in June. I don't know if you saw, but we'll plan to go back, of course. Mattman, what's up? That's right, giving some Midway some love. That's right, Dave. No smog. The bullseye. Whoops. Layover and on the way to Maine. I assume you flew into Portland then. Or did you fly through Allegiant? So, oh, and back to Salt Lake. Right on. So a little break in the action here. Nice view of downtown Chicago. I think probably, for me, probably my favorite skyline. But then again, I grew up here. My dad worked downtown. And yeah. All right. Sweet, Kevin. My brother's doing an internship for Texas Instruments in Portland, Maine. So excellent. Excellent, excellent. I think Chicago Midway has some of the most expensive jet fuel in America for like private jets. Of course, I may just be making that up, but I remember every time I looked, I was like, holy cow. That's right. We were talking about that earlier, Matt. Man, we were mentioning American Transair, RTA. In fact, I flew when I was 17. I flew ATA out of here down to Orlando. Yeah, you're not going to see any 747 land here, Kevin. I'll tell you that much. That is for sure. Oh, nice, Kevin. There's the Midway Tower. Yeah, you know what? That's right. And Matt, man, we actually had a 757 just take off at the beginning of the show here. So you'll have to rewind and catch that. No, it's not as bad as they say. I'm not being honest. It's usually the crime is usually isolated to two particular areas, which is the far west side or the west side, which really isn't that much of an issue or a biggest issue. It's more the south side where most of the crime is. So if you're downtown Chicago, you're fine. I have no concerns about being in downtown Chicago at all. I did not know that the UPS 747-8 landed, Kevin. No, I did not. Yeah, it's really sad. It's usually the same areas that have all the crime, or the majority of the crime. I mean, for example, I was like driving. So, as you know, you can see houses right here. There are houses that surround Chicago Midway. This is like the neighborhood airport. But I felt totally comfortable driving down here, and they have some nice little neighborhoods here in the Garfield Park area. That's right, Matt grew up in Calumet City. That's some serious. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Chicago Midway tonight. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, don't hesitate to say hi. Except for the Stevenson. I have never been on the Stevenson where there was not a traffic slowdown, man. Not once. And you know the kicker is they still keep it 3 lanes. I was driving home yesterday thinking that, man. I'm like, why have they not added lanes to the Stevenson? It's always been just 3 lanes. I swear there's like a state law that says you can only make the Stevenson 3 lanes. But yeah, Oak Lawn, and then there's Oak Park near the Eisenhower. So Chicago's got a lot of nice areas. It gets a bad rap because of Fox News, let's put it that way. And I'll just leave it at that. No politics. But there is a lot of crime for sure. But it's always in the same area. I know, Dave. Don't get me started on the Oasis. That's a point of contention. The Oasis by O'Hare. I will, you got it, Kevin. I will eat White Castle for sure. Fly Guys, Salt Lake City? Hey, I'm newer to the streams, but I'm enjoying them. Plan on stopping through Midway briefly in a few weeks on vacation. Only got 50 minutes to make the connection. Awesome. Well, Fly Guy SLC, I hope that stands for Salt Lake City because I was there in June doing a live stream. And that's actually started where I started live streaming, was in Salt Lake City. So thanks so much for tuning in. I think it'll be okay on the connection. The fun part is actually when you land because the runways are so short. It's like, boom, you hit the ground, reverse thrust, and then braking immediately. So the whole plane feels like it's going to fall apart. And of course it doesn't. So I believe this airport now makes 20 airports we've done live streams from this year. So thanks everybody for making it possible so that when you contribute, you can continue this, and I appreciate it. Oh, nice. Fly Guy SLC, very cool. Well, I lived up in Ogden for a couple years, and Kevin Moore is up from northern Utah on Cougar Tracks. So awesome. Very cool. Welcome in. You know, man, I may have to stop by the Lake Forest Oasis tomorrow because I'm going to Milwaukee tomorrow. So I may have to do that. That breaks my heart, dude. The Oasis were always the best. And it was always the best part of, like, as a kid going up to O'Hare and picking up somebody like a family member is we would always stop at the Oasis for dinner. And I always loved doing that because you could watch the cars drive underneath you, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. So yeah, it was a sad day. Yep. Ooh, good question, Chaotic Bean. Kevin will definitely sack a 10 for you, bud. Actually, that sounds good. I'm going to have to... Steve B., good evening to you. I'm going to have to probably eat healthy for a couple days before I go to White Castle. I ate a lot of pasta this evening, so I'm trying to burn off some carbs. Ramona, what's up? Great to see you again, Ramona. Sorry about earlier. We're back on the air, and we're doing great. So, apologies. Now, I will tell you that due to my brain fart, I forgot an extra cable, so I'm going to have to disconnect my headset and then to keep the laptop going. So basically, I'm going to have to disconnect the headset, so I'm going to have to like talk really close to the microphone. So it'll sound a little bit different. Onion chips, yeah. Chicken rings are pretty solid for me, Dave. Great to see you, Ramona. Thanks for joining me on the journeys. We're still just getting started. I guess I should say this is like day 3 of Pip-Palooza. Roger that, Kevin. Salt Lake flanked. Sorry, getting some water there. Yeah, Lisa. If not this year, then I promise you it'll be next year. Actually, yeah, because it'll be close to the 45th north parallel line, north latitude. 45 north latitude. So yeah. We're looking at runway 44, 4 right, Kevin. Hey, what's up, Ricky? Everett, what's happening? Welcome in to Chicago Midway. No, we're still trucking along, Ricky. Good to see you. Another new airport for you folks in the books. Thanks for your support and your kindness. $1 a.m. in the mornings, TV. Well, thanks for being a diehard. Patrick says you eat the White Castle sliders and they're great. Absolutely. Sack of 10. Sack of 10, baby. Another 737 MAX. I guess I should probably tell you where they're arriving from. My apologies. That is correct. 64, just a little over 6,400 feet, and that's from the beginning of the runway, or the threshold, to the threshold, or the EMAS. Well, and it doesn't include the EMAS. This airport has the EMAS, by the way. Hey, I do play Microsoft Flight Simulator, and speaking of EMAS, that's our aviation word of the day, EMAS. Does anybody know what EMAS stands for? Echo Mike Alpha Sierra is what it stands for. Whee! Oh, super zoom. I do Cadet Ricky, but I haven't set up my computer yet, but I do play Microsoft Flight Simulator. I do. My actual username is Pipe Hastings instead of Pip. I don't know why I did it that way, but that's my username, Pipe. P-I-P-E. So our aviation word of the day is EMAS. Dave says crushable concrete instant stop. Yeah, it stands for Engineered Material Arresting System, if I'm correct. EMAS, I'll show you what it is in just a second. But Dave's right on the money with that. Dave from North Little Rock says crushable concrete instant stop. It is for shizzle, for sure. Yep, that's exactly right, Kevin. There's no funny business here in Chicago Midway. I believe... So LaGuardia is about 500 feet longer than this runway, than these runways. So not much longer for LaGuardia. All right, so our aviation word of the day is EMAS. And if you look closely, wait, is this the EMAS? No. Is it on that one? Well, I think it might be on the other runway. So let's pretend the concrete is on this one. But it's put at the end of the runway. And as Dave said, crushable concrete instant stop. It helps prevent runway overruns. In fact, if you remember back, there's a few instances of planes stopping in EMAS after runway overruns. Butter hunting. Maybe the EMAS is on 1331. So hopefully if you're new to the channel, you learn something every day. That's what we like to do, educate, entertain, and aviate here on Pip's Planespotting Live. What's up, John Southwell? Thanks for coming back. So EMAS, Engineered Material Arresting System. It really has saved a lot of flights from further damage or injury. It's pretty amazing. Oh, it's a bad place to go butter hunting. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Man. Cessna 680 Latitude taking off. Joe, what do you say? Is it only Midway that you can have the captain land? Yeah, the house at the end of the runway for sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I think I remember first officer flying a leg into Midway. No, not a chance. No, Ricky, A380s do not land here. The biggest aircraft that'll land here, it'll be a 757. 505, what's up? Welcome into Chicago Midway. Good to see ya. Yeah, so I had a pilot who was a first officer who landed here. So yeah, good question though. No, but there's no, I can't even imagine an A380 landing here. Plus I don't think the runway's rated for it. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, funny guy. Oh, you Ricky. Cadet Ricky. No, actually, Fly Guy SLC, the A380 can land at Chicago O'Hare. And British Airways, I don't know what, I wouldn't call it seasonal, but there was a period that British Airways did use the A380 to fly to Chicago, but now they just use the 777. So there was a point when O'Hare would take the A380. Now that's an interesting question, Joe. I don't know. That's intriguing. Cougar Tracks, they have, I believe once there has been an A380 that landed in Salt Lake City, and that was back in 2015 due to a emergency landing. So Salt Lake has had an A380. I think they could handle one at least. I don't think the Gates could handle an A380, but I'm not entirely sure of that. But yes, an A380 has landed in Salt Lake City. I believe it was in 2015. It was in Air France. Yeah, I know. Flag Guy SLC. Yeah, it is pretty interesting. Chicago gets tons of 747s. I'm surprised we haven't gotten more A380s, but Emirates flies the 777. British Airways flies the 777. The Etihad flies the A350. Korean Air flies the 777 usually. ANA, here's what I don't get. ANA flies a few times a day to O'Hare daily, and so I'm surprised they haven't flown the A380 there ever. But just the 777 for ANA. And Air France 777, Lufthansa does the 747-8, but that's the biggest that's ever come to O'Hare for Lufthansa. What's up, Andy? Good to see ya. Ooh, Chicago Midway's really old. Really, really old. Was it? Okay, so Matt Man, I'm going to look to you on this one. Was this built before O'Hare, or was O'Hare built and then Midway? As we check out this 737 MAX 8. What's up, Cheese Conies? What's up? Magoo. That's a great question, Dave. I'm wondering the same thing. They were here yesterday. They were here yesterday. No, I'm just on top of the parking garage, Andy. Great question, but I'm just on the parking garage. Midway was built before. Thanks, Mark. So O'Hare was like 19. It was previously called Orchard Field because I believe it was a military base during World War II. But Chicago Midway is named Midway after Midway in World War II, but it's been here longer, I believe. Cheese conies and White Castles. Roger that, Greg. So I'm going to give you another look of downtown Chicago. This is most definitely the closest airport since they tore up Meigs Field to downtown Chicago. So I'll tell you that right in advance, since Meigs Field was tore up in when I was in high school by the old Mayor Richard J. Daley. Oh, there you go, Matt. Man, some of the international original carriers started at Midway, including British Airways, TransCanada, and Mexicana. Nice. Thanks for that, Matt, man. And thank you. Whoa, a tip for Pip. Thank you so much for Cougar Tracks. $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Cougar Tracks, for your support and appreciation. Thanks, Cougar Tracks. Appreciate you tuning in from northern Utah. Sorry, I'm balancing on one foot so I can get out of the way of the camera. Watching you. Oh, nice. Nice, 505. The Giordano's. I love it. Ricky, I did get to Kelly Field. What's up, Tom? Welcome back. Thank you to Tom Marchant and Cougar Tracks for their lovely super chats. Appreciate your contributions. I did get to Kelly Field for a few minutes. I snapped a few quick photos, and then I got out of there before I got harassed. Hey, Sean, good evening from Chicago Heights. Welcome into Chicago Midway. Great to have you on board. If you're just tuning in for the first time, thanks for saying hi. Sean, nice to meet you. My name's Pip, and I actually grew up in Naperville, so I'm visiting family, so it's nice to be here again and live streaming. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And I encourage you to subscribe so you know where we're broadcasting from next, which, by the way, is tomorrow we're going to try Milwaukee. Yeah, Maurice, there is, in fact. There is a point-to-zoom camera. In fact, I think we were talking to one of the moderators of that channel. He was here yesterday, Jason. And yes, that is correct. Or maybe it's 22. Awesome, 53 likes. Thanks everybody for liking and subscribing. We're going to be hanging out here as long as I can make it happen with the battery life and everything else. So thank you so much, everybody. And technically I was on early too. So maybe that hurt me a little bit too. I couldn't wait to get on the air though. I didn't realize British Airways flew here. Mexicana would make sense. And then Trans-Canada, the precursor to Air Canada. Yeah, Tom Matman's a great guy. And I got to meet his son yesterday, also a great guy. I forgot which runway the point to zoom is, Maurice. But yes, there is one here. I think it's getting upgraded, or some equipment is getting upgraded. Oh yeah, Sean, is that true? That might be true. Coming to Chicago Midway. Used to work for Breeze Airways as a flight dispatcher, so that's great if that's the case. Well, Ricky, there's signs that always say no photography, no standing around, no... no being an American citizen or whatever. So there were signs that said no trespassing, no photography, no filming, yada, 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 yada. And so you're going to have to tell me where that is next time I come down to San Antonio. Anyways, that would be nice to, that would make sense, Sean. Because Allegiant and Frontier already fly here. Spirit is at O'Hare, though. All right, Kevin, supper is done. Let us know when you're back. Will do, Kevin. I'll make sure to do that. It's great to see you again, Kevin. Take care, my friend. Say hi to Sandy for me. Absolutely. Yep, that's right, Maurice. We are right behind the hangars. We're on the regular parking garage. I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to follow this. We got that pushback, and then we'll follow this Max for a second. Remember, 3 concourses here at Chicago Midway, Chicago Midway, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Yeah, see, that would make sense, Joe. That's why I go fast and furious. I'm like in and out. I do. Oh, you know what? That's right, Sean. Ted did. But didn't they also fly to Chicago O'Hare too? Ted, I know Ted was at O'Hare too, right? We were talking about previous airlines that have flown here, including ATA and Northwest and Midwest Express. Delta flying in with their E-175. How about that? Cheese Conies, thank you, Greg. Appreciate your contribution. I'll put that towards a Coney or a 3-way. 4-way, maybe. Thank you to Cheese Conies, Cougar Tracks, and Tom Marchant for your contributions here at Chicago Midway this evening. Appreciate all of you. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Kiwi, there we go. So yeah, Maurice, we're actually so here we are, Maurice, right behind the hangars. The garage to your right is the rental car parking garage. So here we are. Joe. Dave, Laris at 7:30 and Frontier at 8:09. All others, Southwest. I think that sounds familiar, though, Matt. Man, I know they were at O'Hare. I think at this vantage point, I'll have to look, Kevin, as we're seeing this 737 MAX 8 arrive. I don't know. Good question. So for you new viewers who are just tuning in for the first time, I really am pleased to have you. Don't be shy, say hi. My name's Pip, and I usually stream from Dallas, Fort Worth, and in the Dallas area. But we do like to get on the road and put those kind contributions of viewers like Cheese Conies, Cougar Tracks, and Tom Marchant to good use. Roger that. A yellow banana and Braniff. Yeah, Braniff used to be at Dallas Love too. Ah, okay. Yeah, I can't see them from here, Kevin. They're probably right below me. America West was bought by U.S. Air. Or maybe American. Hey, and there's Valaris, Dave. On an A320 Neo. Good old Neo. Buenas noches to Valaris. Bienvenido. Ay. Yeah, they do. There's Frontier right behind him. Yeah, we actually, Sean, the beginning of the last broadcast, I did a pre-stream, and we actually saw Porter on the Dash 8s. The Jet Set guys yelling at me to this Pip. What's up? Well, thank you again for your $2 super chat, Cheese Conies. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, this is a whole different animal for sure. Oh, that one wasn't? Well, very interesting. All right, we've got a few arrivals and some gunfire behind me. No, that's just fireworks. I'm just messing with you. That's fireworks. Probably late. Whatever, Joe. Well, Sean, you could throw that idea out. We've got a few Southwest employees in the chat. So, oh wow, look at Joe dig deep for that one. Wow, Joe, you are drinking the Kool-Aid, man. As the 737 MAX 8 lands, you are drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh my gosh, that was rich. Wow. Wow. That's impressive, Joe. That was solid. So I've got one more battery left, by the way, so if this camera shuts down, I think I got my other battery. Hold on, let me make sure. There it is. I got it. And it should be charged up, ready to go. And then also, I'm going to have to switch out my headset soon to charge up the computer. Well, Southwest is the airline I usually fly, Ricky, mostly because, you know, it gets me where I want to go, and I don't know, they usually have good fares, and they don't nickel and dime you like other carriers, and I can't afford to sit first class anyway, so... You flew Aloha for 20 minutes. I hope it was an enjoyable 20 minutes, Sean. Oh, we got another departure ready to roll on 4 right. Dave, I do. I think, no, I don't. So I do have a power cord for, or a outlet converter in my Ranger, but I have the van here. My sister's van. Well then, Chaotic Bean, I think you're going to be happy then come this fall. Because I think Southwest is going to be changing up some things. That's the word on the street. Just enough time to take off and land. You don't think so? I've heard some other friends Joe say that assigned seating is coming to Southwest Airlines. Dave wants me to fly and get a window seat. Yeah, I know. I'm an aisle guy. What can I say? Yeah, we just had Delta E-175 land here, Ricky. Sure did. Yeah, Sean, they actually took off tonight. They were at the beginning of the broadcast. Or the last broadcast we did. But we saw them tonight. That is an affirmative. Just joining us, welcome into Pip's Planespotting live from Chicago Midway on location. If you're just joining us, don't be shy, say hi. Love meeting new people. And if you haven't smashed that thumbs up yet, appreciate it if you do. It would mean a lot. Thanks again to Cheese Coney's, Cougar Tracks, and Tom Marchant for the contributions. Thank you for that report, Tom. It's called the water fountain. Ha! Nice night here in Chicago, and thank you for joining me. Ricky, A220 is like one of my favorite planes. I think it looks sexy as all get out. You guys, there you go, Cougar Tracks. I love the window seat unless I'm over the wing where I can't see anything. It's true. It's a good point. I never got to jump seat in the A220. That's one of my regrets, is it was always the E190 when I was at Breeze, and the 220 wasn't out in Provo yet, and I didn't want to go across the country, so I jump seated in the E190. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to disconnect my headset and reconnect a couple things. I'm going to charge up the laptop here. So stand by for a minute. There's going to be no sound for just a minute. So hang with me. Oops, I missed the Legion. My bad.